Grand Rising and welcome to Millionaire Mindset Monday. I am one of your hosts. I am Danielle Claxton, and I have my co-host, Lakeisha LeGrand of Natural Living by Design. And today is September 18th, 2023. Yay!
Yay.
Welcome, welcome.
Another day in the land of living.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes,
Give
yes, yes.
thanks.
Yes.
So one of the things that we like to do is start off our day with a success story, a Monday success story. Today, our success story is Mr. Howard Schwartz. He started with very humble beginnings. The CEO of Starbucks. He grew up in a public housing project in Brooklyn, New York, with his parents and siblings. They were a family of five living in a small two-bedroom unit. His father was bounced by the system from job to job, and his mother, who didn't finish high school, also pushed her children to believe in their ability to succeed. Howard Schultz always wanted a better life. He would go over a nearby fence that separated the poor area from the affluent areas and look at the homes and cars and the families. He would then imagine himself living a better life. Howard decided to work to build his own business, but had very little money. To make his dreams business ownership a reality, Howard took out loans. He worked as a bartender and even sold his own blood to keep his vision moving forward. Howard continued to grow in business and is now the CEO of Starbucks. They now have 5,500 locations in 50 different countries. His current net worth is over $3 billion. Mr. Schwartz is now a multi-billionaire. He is also a philanthropist and donates millions of dollars to assist those in need all over the world. Mr. Schwartz wrote in his book, Pour Your Heart Into It. That's the name of his book. That's that's when he's asked, how did Starbucks build the first coffee house company in the world? His response, one cup at a time. And I declare that the Elizabeths are all a success story.
I know that's right. I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
I say. Where two or more agree, it is done.
It is done.
Mm-hmm.
It is done. It is
Done.
done. It is done. So I've been excited working on building a team, you know. I have a team of people that I've been gathering together. We're going to have our meeting probably within 2 weeks. We're going to have everybody have a meeting. Thus far, I'm having them. We all going to start with our credit first, because our credit is one of the areas that I would like for our team to all be on the same page when it comes to building a credit. Some of them was like, yeah, let's start off in January. January what? No,
Nope.
we're going to start in January. We're going to get a head start. So let's look at it as getting a head start before January. Okay, we start, but we getting, we're going to be proactive and get a head start towards building our credit, and the information has been really good. And that some of the information that I have already been familiar with, because I helped myself build my credit back up, and then my ex-husband build his up. But then they, forced me to look at it again. And so,
Oh, wait. Where you're getting your education from?
Well, I think, yeah.
The additional education is
The additional education.
additional education from Tavers.
Yes.
lifestyle. Yeah, it's really some really good information. I've kind of been going to different areas, the systems, because that's one of the things for my business that we need. I know that we need to have a system in place to really be successful and to scale to the
Yeah,
next
yes.
level. So improving the system is one of the areas that we're working on. Also, the business credit that we've already been working on. And so we're going to just build on top of that with the information. Um, One of the things that was really good that I never really thought of, though, is that dealing with our children, because they are the future. Like, we really have to get with them at a young age that they
Yeah.
can start building their credit at the age of 12. I
Mhm.
forgot all about that. 12 years old is appropriate time to kind of coach them for them to build, their credit.
And
And
also one of the tips and tricks that I found out is that a lot of the rich start building their children's credit by building them into the multiple LLCs that they create. And kids don't even know that they got money and credit building, while they're being kids. But eventually, like you said, at some point they're going to be taught, like, okay, this is how you start managing this now, so that's in the forefront of their head, so that they don't get like me, get to 18 and you get a credit card and you just start off on the wrong path from jump because nobody sat down and taught you. They're like, get a credit card. Okay, but you get to college and they're like, get 5. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
that's
So yeah,
that was my experience.
I'm glad that
First experience with credit cards. They used to come to the lunchroom, and they would just be in the lunchroom, and that's all they would do is just give out credit, you know. And that was my first introduction to it. That's not a conversation that my mother had
Mhm.
with me.
Discover was the first credit card to get on my credit report because I just didn't know. I didn't know. If I knew what I knew now then, oh, credit would be A1, but that's okay. We live, we learn. And, I'm working on getting my credit score at least to that 580, knowing that we have the Black-owned bank with Talverse. What is it? To get a home, to get a home loan. And because I never owned anything, I still qualify for the first time home ownership loan with the 3 to 5% down. And then also the grants that they have out here for first time home ownerships. And what Talverse did teach us is that even as a business, you can still use the first time home buyer's loan to purchase your property, to purchase your doors, purchase your doors. And you can do that as many times as you need to purchase. And that's the other thing they don't tell you. You could do it as many times as you need to purchase. So yeah, the goal is to own, and to own, not only own, but have other doors fund your lifestyle. Have a door to pay for your monthly bills. And if you don't know, the country is at affordable housing loss at about 400,000. So there is a demand and a need for affordable housing, and Detroit has prime affordable housing, period. So these are shifting our mindset from being renters to being landowners, being landlords. Is happening now, even before we get the property. I'm already thinking, okay, how many houses do I need? I would like to have one door pay for my monthly bills. I have one door pay for my investments, maybe my savings, and another door to be for my investments. That's 3. I know me personally, I want to start off with 5.
Mhm.
5. And that way, and then they also taught the teachers to get a property management company. I'm not going to be running around maintaining these buildings. I'm going to have a handyman. That's your job. I'm going to have somebody in the front office. I already know, by me being a digital girl, I'm going to have a system for my clients to pay their rent with their debit cards, because I didn't pay my rent with a check. No, pay it with your debit card, have it drafted out your account, let this money flow into the accounts digitally, and then we'll manage everything from there. So I'm already setting myself up with that mindset that other people are managing the property, and all I do once a month, or hand me my profit and loss statement. Where are we at? Where are the bills at, and everything like that. So, and it's also the language, being around people and talking the language. So I'm excited that you guys started. Lakeisha, Queen of Dooney, you signed up Friday night. So
Yeah.
have
Before we go to me, Danielle, I really like to hear the rest that Lakeisha was talking
Oh, I'm
about.
sorry, Lakeisha. I'm sorry. I get excited. I'm sorry.
So,
And then
I
we'll get
lost
to Mama Head.
I lost my train of thought, but one of the things, it is really important that we have the conversation with our family, like your grandchildren. Like, we need to have like a monthly meeting where we get the family together, maybe cook dinner or whatever Sunday, and have at least an hour to introduce our children, our grandchildren to this information, because especially if we plan on leaving them wealth. My brother is a prime example. When his father left him all that money, he didn't know what to do with it. So you have to educate them, for what's to come. Now, to piggyback on what you were saying, Danielle, so I used to do, I just done did some everything, but I used to be in property management, and the young lady who did the play, her sister is like really one of my best friends, and she has a management company. And what they were saying at the meeting is how all these people are coming to Detroit and they're purchasing all the property. That is definitely true, because she is the eyes and ears for those investors that's in China, outside of the United States. So they contact her, and she tells them what property, what area was good, was not good, if the property is in good condition, and then she's the one who actually manages, their properties for them.
And see, we never thought about doing this ourselves. Like, has she ever thought about getting property herself?
Yeah, she owns property. She owns multiple properties herself. But she also manages, the properties.
I'd love for her to come on as your guest.
Okay. I would love, that would be a good idea. That would be a great idea. She's very, very diverse. She just got married, also. And so she's just feel like she's living her best life right now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we need to build a team. We need to have this conversation. So one of the things, how do we do that? Like, how do we do that? So with my children, even though I have all this knowledge, they didn't seem interested. I wouldn't hold, even though I would plug the information into them, they didn't really seem, interested. So now they are. But so often Jabril said, well, you ain't never teach me that. You ain't, Mom, well, you gotta teach me that. You ain't never teach me that. But they weren't ready. So how do we go about that? Like, we need to think about how to introduce it so that it will be interesting to them. I would send them all type of information through their phone. They would never look at it. I send them some powerful, The Secret, Earn Our Leisure. And now as they get up, now they're familiar with it. It took an outside person to kind of, tell them about the things that I've already, told them about, the Invest Fest. There's a lot of information that we can get out here. Earn Our Leisure, some Black young men, and they are doing the doggone thing. I don't know if y'all heard of 19 Keys. They are really, they're really spitting knowledge and really on the same wave that Jewel is on, educating and getting that information out. They have a huge platform. Like, they are amazing, and also in all areas, because it is a need. It is a need, a platform to help build, just like this is a wonderful platform to help build, to help build women, a sisterhood, in all areas of your life. Like, each day is something different, to
Don't
make.
forget about the brothers, because at this particular meeting, Sheila, there was more men. There was more men. Rob came out. What's Rob's last name? Sheila
Johnson.
Thompson, the builder that was
Johnson.
on Johnson, Robert Johnson. He came out to the meeting, and there was more men. That's the one thing I love about these meetings is even after you get the information, there's the networking and the sharing afterwards. And I looked over in the corner, and all the men, black men, were in there networking, doing their thing, and I'm like, okay, yes, that's what I like to see, because Rob is a builder. He's a construction builder. And my mind was like, yeah, be able to get the funding to actually, you could buy, there are whole blocks in the city of Detroit where the houses are gone, that they raised the houses, but the property is still available. You can still rebuild on that property.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Mama Head.
And then Evelyn.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching or on Instagram, and I came across a sister. She said she's gonna start saying that she's circulating her money, or she used another word. I'm lost for it. I'm at a loss for word now.
But the circulation,
she said instead of saying I'm spending my money, I'm circulating my money so that it comes back, goes around and comes back. So I just wanted to share that tidbit. Thank you.
Thank
Mama
you.
Evelyn.
Um,
Can we see you, boo?
Wait a minute, I got eaten and I'm on TV.
But you can't eat and talk. Stop eating and talk with us.
Okay.
And she's swallowing that. I wasn't expecting you to call my name yet until I swallowed.
Okay. Lakeisha, you were talking about how children can build from the age 12. Is that what you said? Okay, so are any these organizations that you're talking about, do they have programs in place for young men?
Absolutely. My mentor that I go to is really for the young, but you have people of our ages, people that's 70, never thought they could have their own business. There are young people that's in there that is doing the doggone thing. It's called Global Empowerment Ministries. And that my children was being mentored probably ever since 12. So they had to help me because we had a restaurant at that time. This was our second restaurant, and they had to be in there, to help us. So a lot of times they said they didn't have no life, and but I'm like, but look at you now. Like, you would never be able to misuse them with money. They know how to count money like that. They had a lot of skills that working into the business, it helped them out a lot. So, another thing, we always, sometimes we'll have a business, we'll start a business, and we want to do it for our family and for our children. But a lot of times the children don't want the same thing that you want. They don't want to be a part of the business. My children cannot stay in the restaurant. They don't even like it. They don't want to be, but his dad's dream was always to hand the business down to them, but they don't want it. They want their own dream, and we should allow them to live their own life, to let them find themselves,
Lakeisha, you know what I did with my grandson? I don't see my granddaughter that much, and she's into beauty and all that kind of stuff. But my grandson is a stone leader, just period. And I told him, baby, what are you going to take in college? And of course it's sports, and it's at the top level of the sports and stuff. But I told him, and I said, along with that, I want you to take business, because grandma is going to have a lot of businesses, and I don't want you to go into what I'm doing, but I do want you to manage all the businesses. I want you to know how to collect that money, see if everything's going right, blah, 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 as I pass it, to you. So that's important. Like I said, do what you want to do, but know how to handle what's coming into your lap. I'll be around a long time.
Yeah, even with the life insurance. So I get residuals, okay? But in order for my children to get those residuals, they have to have a license. And neither one of them are interested in getting their license. So the residual that I'm building up, I got to figure out how is that going to be passed down to them. I got to figure that out because they're not interested in insurance. They're not interested in the restaurant. The dad still has the restaurant. I just walked away from it. The only thing Jabril do, he go down there, he eat every day, pretty much. But he is not interested. They're not interested because they started off at 12 years old and they don't want to have anything to do with the restaurant. But we do have to, educate them for sure. It has helped them, a lot. But that organization, Global Empowerment Ministries, would be a great place for anybody. If you feel it in your gut that you might want a business, you just don't know what it is or how to begin, that is the great place to start. Because if you don't know, at the end of the day, you're going to find it out. And it's pretty much geared towards entrepreneurs. So even though it's Global Empowerment, now it's Global Empowerment Ministries, it's a ministry for entrepreneurs. So you see success stories after success stories after success stories of your own color. That makes it so good. I have friends that are in 700 Walmarts at the same time, 700 Targets and 200 Walmarts at the same time. So that's 900 different stores. Like, you learn so much from there. I don't go as much as I used to, but I try to go on Thursdays, which is Bible study for entrepreneurs. And it's all free. So a lot of times people don't see the value if there's no cost to it. But it is a fantastic place for anyone to go to be inspired. Your children, grandchildren, introduce it. And, like I tell my boys, even though I thought they weren't listening, because they used to fall asleep and I used to get really frustrated. Wake up, wake up. I would get frustrated, but he said, don't worry, they're getting it. They're getting it.
Yeah, people, what is it? Can get information while they're asleep. That's why it's not necessarily good for you to fall asleep with your TV on, because you're actually absorbing that. But if you're audiobooks, meditation, what is it? You're actually subconsciously getting that information. So that is absolutely true.
Yeah, their mindset is different. Like, my house is paid for. My house has been paid for a long time. And I wanted to, pass my house down to them. They don't want my house. It's too little. You know what I'm saying? They want a mansion. They want, what I'm saying? So they think big.
But they also don't understand the value of having that house. Somebody could be renting that house. That's residual income coming into your life every single month. You know what I'm saying?
They do, but one thing about them is that my boys are both very self-sufficient. They don't like to ask me or their father for anything. So when they don't like that, it make you want to give them. Like, they would just do without. Like, my son, if his cell phone is cut off, he is not gonna say, Mom, can I borrow some money? They would just do without until they get what it is that they need. Like, it's a good thing for them to be self-sufficient, but everybody need help sometimes. And I was like that also. And my aunt kind of broke me out of that a little bit and was like, everybody need help sometimes, allow your help, because that's, you sow so many seeds, and that's where your blessings come in from.
Right. You don't know what blessing you may be blocked.
So I had
You don't know.
trouble taking, because
Right.
I'm so used to giving. I used to have a hard time receiving things from other people. But then I learned that I'm messing up other people's blessings if they're not able to sow a seed into my life, if I don't, don't accept. So we have to, even though we give, we still have to learn how to receive as well.
Mm-hmm. Lakeisha, I like, as I'm looking at their website, I attended there one time, and I was very impressed. But I like how they have different topics: how to sell products on the TV, how to finance your business through venture capitalists, start a clothing line. Matter of fact, I know one of the guys that was there. He attends there. I don't know if he still attends, but he had a clothing line. And they were doing really good. Somebody else was talking about, let's see, buy products from China. They was talking about the opportunities that the the pastor, the leader, yeah, and I mean, he's out there wheeling and dealing for y'all, for all this information, and how to patent, how to prototype, all the how-tos, how to get your product in major reach. Yeah, this is what he was talking about then. And he had a few people who had just gotten their products in the major stores and stuff. So it's really, it is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like, I've been there so long that I've seen the change. I've seen the movement. And so one of the things that's kind of, I would say, somewhat frustrating with him is that he has so many ideas and plans for the people in the organization. Because your business or your business, whatever you make, he don't ask for, anything. It took a long time for him to even start accepting, donations, for a long time, took him a long time to do that. And so I've been with him a long time before he even became a minister. We used to have masterminds. We used to have all type of things. But the thing is, when he's ready to move, all the people wasn't ready.
Yeah.
The people wasn't ready. Like, all this time, how many people still don't have a product? Like, right now, his pushing is people to get an everyday product. His goal is to make, at the time, over 500 God-made millionaires. And it's still taking a long time for people to find their everyday product. So then he started wanting to be more accountable to you, like who he wanted, names, he wanted everything, so he can know who it is that he's actually mentoring, to take us to the next level. Because you have to be diligent. We say that we want these things, and it's not hard, but you have to put in the work. The Bible says the hand of the diligent make it rich. It's always something for us to do. There's always a requirement in all areas of our life if we want to make it to the next level, in this world that we live in. So it is doable. It's very inspirational. That's one thing. My son sometimes don't like to go because he feel like he done heard it so much over and over and over again. But sometimes repetition is good.
Repetition is good. I mean,
Evelyn has her hand up too after you finish, Danielle.
Who has their hand up?
Evelyn.
Okay. Well, I'll let Mama Evelyn go. Mama Evelyn.
Cute. So I was looking at when Queen Aduni put up the website, because I know, well, I have an idea of where I need help. Because what's coming down the pipeline is classes for me to teach classes. And so I realize I need help in pricing myself in that arena. Coming in there with maybe 5 classes that I have prepared. I need help preparing them and pricing how much I'm paid, and so that there's no misunderstanding, and I'm not wavering, because I know what it is, what it takes to produce the type of experience that I produce.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did when I was very young, we first had our restaurant. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew as a young girl I wanted to be a millionaire. I wanted to run a successful business. That's all I knew. So it was my husband's dream. He just fell into his lap to have one. So people who have classes, what I did was I went to all the restaurants and took all their menus. So if there are people who offer classes that like similar to yours, get their pricing. See what they're charging. And don't worry about who's gonna pay and who's not gonna pay. You know how much it takes, you know your value. It's about being confident about what you're getting and what the value that you are providing, and maybe start there. You know, a lot of people who, when you meet people, a lot of people at the vendor events, there may be a question asked, do you do workshops? And just find out what their cost is to kind of, feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, people, they will share. That's what I did, Lakeisha. I been starting hair. I called all the different places, even in New York and in California and stuff, where their prices are different than Detroit. I had to find out what my market, where I live, and of course now it's open to the world, because you can sell online. So who is responding to those type of things once you get that social media part up and going? But that's what I did. I would call, and then some people would call if I like a latch hook. If they would call and they would say, how much you charge for a latch hook? $150. $150. But I knew what I did, and I had no problem saying, I understand, but this is the quality of work that we do, and this is what we charge. And and sometimes they would go and check other places, and then they come right back to us. Because why they had these big gaps in between, if they pull that up, there's a big old gap between the next layer, but it was because of the work and the quality that we would produce. So that's what you would have to, and you'd have to be okay with that. We also had them to come in for a free consultation. Everybody just knew. Why? Everybody else don't do that. Well, this is Everett's. And I said, don't you want to see where you're going to be for 3 or 4 or 5 hours? Don't you want to meet the person? Don't you want to, and I want to meet you, because believe me, there are some clients we did not want to deal just based on what they did at the
Consultation.
It's like, oh Lord, and we'll refer them to someone else. So like what she was saying, call around the things that you do, ask if they do it, what do they charge? And you can even ask, what do you base your charge on? Like I told her, I said, because we do this, and then when they would call back, they knew what they was going to get if you came here. And some people come because they're just comfortable with you. You have some clients that they come, here's a new style, here's a new technique. And it's like, you know what, girl, I did not want to do that. Well, you're just gonna have to learn because I ain't going to nobody else but you. You know. And then it would force me to or encourage me to go ahead and learn that technique. And then that would be one of the strongest techniques there. So yeah, that's how you find out and how you get comfortable, because you said they charging that and they getting that, and I know my work is better than that.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Also, take in consideration, so your classes, you got to look and see what the cost is for your kit and what the cost is for your kit, and how long are your classes going to be. Are they going to be an hour? Is it an hour and a half? If it's just 2 hours, and because you're the facilitator, you want to look at, okay, how much is your time valued? How much is your time valued?
Danielle, come on the screen.
I thought I am on screen. I'm sorry. I didn't hit the button, so I don't know what that was about. How much is your time and your expertise and your skill worth? And then base it around that. For me,
Mama
because
Hat
I am
has
still
her hand up too when you're done.
okay, because I am still working. I know for me right now, my classes will be somewhere between $25 and $50, especially if it's in an hour arena, because I am watching what other people are charging, and then I also see what other people are giving, and I'm like, okay, depending on the skill set, because I have many skill sets, this is the baseline of where I'm going to be, because I also got to look at the time for my preparation, the time for my marketing, the time that it takes for me to put everything together and send all this stuff out. And if I'm not doing it myself, I'm outsourcing somebody else to do it for me. So I have to include that cost into my pricing as well. So you got to take a look at the cost, the sweat factor for yourself, and the cost factor for you to have assistance and help in all this, to actually have a price where, one, people are getting value, they're getting the value of your skill and expertise and everything, and also all your costs are paid for, period.
Mama Hat?
Yes, I agree with both of you. When I have a hard time also, Mama Evelyn, but Haru shared that first of all, you should be able to make your product again. With the sale, you should be able to buy all the supplies needed to make that product again. And like Danielle said, and Queen said, your labor and time. Also, I met a young man who did massages, and he charged according to zip code. That was one of the things that he did because he knew his customer base. Also, you want to consider your electricity. You're burning electricity and using other, things. So you want to have that factored into your cost as well. A fraction of what it's taking to have the lights running, while you're, on electricity based on your tools that you have to use. And also, again, Sheila, like you said, check around, look at the industry standard. I had someone question why I charge what I charge for performing. So I went and looked at the industry standard, because I'm a professional and I bring this X amount of years of study. We have to have dance classes. We have to have rehearsals. That means children need to be cared for. If there's babysitting,
Costumes, makeup,
gas to get their costumes, makeup, none of that stuff is free. And you want us looking good. You want our bodies looking good. So this is all conditioning. And if they don't like the price, then they don't need the product. Because I had somebody call, they asked for a belly dancer for a bridal shower, and they didn't like the price that was quoted. So, they said, oh, okay, they ended up calling back because the person that they asked after us was even more. So,
And I'm gonna piggyback off of you, Mama Hat, because it was another belly dancer that raised my prices during the pandemic. Because at one point in time, a 30-minute show used to be like $125. Lana came in and she would call me like this: I got a gig. And they need 2 belly dancers. I told them it's going to be for 2. It was going to be $250 and up. So when you call them, and I'm like, okay. And I've noticed she started calling me more and more during the pandemic, and the price was $250 and up. So I told this person it was 300. Oh, it's an African, it's a Nigerian wedding, so it's going to be 350. Oh, it's a Lebanese wedding, it's going to be 450. And so ever since then, depending on the event, because certain cultures, they do pay out the wazoo for entertainment. So I know exactly who to charge what. And like I said, but when it comes to our people, they think, oh, can I give you a plate? And no, like
But
just
if I
no.
decide that's okay, because
technique-
my thing, I'm sorry, Keith.
No, go ahead,
My
babe.
thing was at least give, because when I wasn't confident in my costs, because I would always say, talk to our manager. I didn't do the money part, but at least give me gas and fill up my gas tank and feed a sister. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would base it on. And sometimes if it's a community event or an event for the holidays, we may gift, but you let people know what the price is. And if there are some other things factored in that, then you can take it where it goes. But and I ask people, don't discuss my prices, because everybody's not going to get the price that you get, because you know, community, then you might have a discount, and for other reasons, you know, I love you. I'm a dance regardless, you know, that's what I do. But, you know, compensate me. And if they, you know, then they'll ask you a cost. And when you tell them the cost, they say, well, we want 4 dancers. I said, okay, you got to multiply
that times 4, right? And then also, like I said, when the communities, I know the community wants the bling bling costumes. Okay, those costumes are $200, $300, $400, $500. Them costumes cost. So I'm like, if you want me to bring out the Queen of Sheba, you know, gold with everything and the bajangles and the da 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 da, that's a $500 costume. So yeah,
or they can, or you can give them your price and then tell them, well, you know, then you could pay for the makeup, the jewelry, and the costume. Now we could work it out like that. You want to get the costume and then you get to keep it. But you know, if you want, I'll tell you how much it costs for me to dance, and then I'll add on, I'll line item the costume, the jewelry, the makeup, the daycare, and the gas. Lakeisha, you wanted to share. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, so what I've always done, because you know, especially with our people, everybody always want a deal. Everybody always want a deal. So especially like when you in sales, always go up high what your cost is, and then go down low. You're like, okay, it's this. Okay, I can give it to you for, I may just really want $12 for it.
Right.
But I'm saying, oh, it's 15, but it's on sale for 12. Or some people like, well, can I get it there? I said, it's already there. Everything is $3 off or $2. It always works every time. You go high, and I tell you what, you go this, I'll give you 50 cents off of here, $1 off of here, and you still getting exactly what you attended. Always go high and then go down low.
That's what they do in the housing market.
Always work. Always. And then that way you always getting the price that you originally.
That's right.
That you made.
And then be okay with Christian, what's her name? The singer.
Oh yeah.
Stephanie Christian.
Oh God.
Yeah.
When I first saw her, I was mesmerized, right? Because her energy, and oh God. So I had asked her to do I think it was Hug Detroit. And she was really working she told me what they get. I didn't know she was like national and everything. But I was not able to even get to her lowest price because we just didn't have a budget. But I know what her price is, and one day I will be able to hit her price. So I had to put her in this other, in time, I will be able to, in
category.
Even her discount, I couldn't even do that. And then they ended up with a gig anyway. So, because she had told me, we can do it for this, but if we get a gig, I have to tell you, we will have to take that, because she was talking the band into it. But,
right.
But nonetheless, some and see, even some hairstyles, if they come in there with a sister, like they got the hair down here, boo, you over 1,000, bring your open credit card,
Yeah. I
And
mean,
then they will say, then I said, or you can cut your hair down to the price that you can afford. We can cut your hair, and then because it's going to grow back.
Mhm.
Some of them would go with that. Well, look, I can do 500. And so
Mhm.
we would cut it.
and
Yeah.
I've seen
I'll
that
go there.
working.
Better word also. I'm sorry, Danielle. I start, being in sales instead of saying what you can afford that fits your budget. That's not offensive,
That's
Get a
good.
price
Right.
that fits your
Right.
budget. So let's get a price that will fit your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
I was
know,
gonna say working in the having my uncle had a children's hair salon at a time where getting kids hair done was $25 with everybody. But with doing the business, we went to a business seminar where they had a giant thing of aspirin like this because it was other hairstylists there feeling the struggle of not having their prices cover
Man,
their
right.
bills. And the guy was like, you got to go over your numbers. We had to combine everything, the lights, the gas, the taxes, the rent,
Yep.
and everything.
Yep.
And we realized that $25 is our cost per hour, period.
Mhm.
So if we do a service for $25 and it takes somebody 2 hours to do it, we just lost $25 because we're not charging properly. So when we came back and did our pricing structure, our biggest sale was press and curls or silk presses now. And we actually charge by length and thickness because
Mhm.
hold on a second. Living on the boulevard.
We don't hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. So we have some children that come in and their hair, the afro is out to here. And
Yeah.
by the time you blow dry it, it's butt length. And
Yeah.
they want to pay $25 that because this child is 5 years old. No.
And
No,
change
it's
your head.
and
tender
tender-headed.
headed.
And we got to detangle, and we got to detangle. And
Because you can sure
it's like
let them
so
say-
the price structure is based $25 an hour. So yeah, we had some kids walk up out of here with ponytails and twists and barrettes and everything, but charged almost $100. Yeah, because it was a process, and we have to explain to people this is what it charged. Now, we came up with maintenance packages. We got smart. We like, okay, if money's an issue, then why don't you prepay for these services, these 4 services in advance? And guess what? Now that they're paid for, you can come and get it done on a more regular basis. Let's be more economically smart. Because if baby girl got hair out there, you got to take care of it. You got to do something to it. And you just can't let her run wild and free all the time and then expect to pay $25 for us to manage it, tangle it. No, you got to change the mindset.
you have to set the tone. Like
Mhm.
you have to set the tone. Even in a relationship that you are in, you have to train people on how to treat you. So you
Mhm.
have to train people what to expect when they come into your establishment. You set the atmosphere, you set your core values within your company. I don't know why I've been wanting to say this to Mama Evelyn, but I just see, your earrings are beautiful, right? And I just see you having a wonderful brand and can get those earrings in stores. Like, I know you make a lot of those yourself, but to get to the next level, like to the big box stores or to be a wholesaler, they got to show you how to get on Alibaba and look at those earrings so you can have them in bundle because you can't make them yourself to get into the big box store. So if they say they want 250,000 products, how can you do that yourself? So I know you love making them yourself, but what's the big, they don't have to know you don't make all of them yourself. They look good quality, and they very inexpensive, and that be able to have a bulk of them. I saw a young lady when I went to Hart Plaza to help a lady that you had talked about, Queen Aduni. Can't think of what her name is, but they into the health and wellness, and she needed some help at Hart Plaza. So I called her, went out there. It was a lady. She had a nice setup with earrings similar to yours. And I know the all them earrings because I know what I know. that she didn't make all those earrings herself, and she had her brand name of her company on her earrings. You know, the thing that you put your earrings on, the brand.
Yeah.
And I could see your earrings being in different boutiques. Like you are the wholesaler.
Yeah.
Give them a good price, and they're
Boutique.
buying your minimum order quantity. You know, your minimum order quantity, you have to at least buy $100 worth, or your whatever it is. You could pick and choose, but the minimum order quantity is 100. And
You know what?
you had just 20 boutiques just in the local area, and they minimum order is 100. They at least buy $100. You could do more, I don't know, but at least $100. That's revenue for
Like,
you, opposed to selling to individuals.
you know what? I agree with you, Lakeisha, but one thing I feel like about big bucks, some brands, they lack a certain kind of quality once you get to the big brand store. Now, certain
It
people
doesn't
don't. There's some when it comes to cosmetics, I think that's good, but when it comes to some of the things like earrings and this, I don't think everything is meant for every market. Prime example: Pure Shea Soapman, Pure Shea, and Zuette. These are two Black-owned cosmetic companies that deal with natural skincare. They're making more money keeping their products off of the big box stores, off of Walmart, off of CVS,
It don't have to
because
be
because of their quality, the natural qualities of their products. I feel like if they were to get into those, they would have to sacrifice for something. And I love Mama Evelyn's earrings. One of the things about it is that it's not, I can't find her earrings at a Walmart. However, I do like the idea of the specialty boutiques because there's a certain uniqueness, there's a certain quality. I could see her earrings added value to their particular brand. I think some things are not meant for the big box.
Yeah,
Granted, the big box bring in the big money, but I'm like,
so
yeah.
that's the bottom line. If the buyer says they like it, and if the buyer feels that it will go good in their store, the buyer knows. They're not new to this. They're not new. Let the buyer decide whether or not this is a product that they feel that would be successful in the store. But you don't have to start off in the big box. I don't even recommend you start off in the big box stores. Even though at Global, a lot of people start off in the big box stores, but that's not really normal. That's not really a normal process.
Way down the line.
Typically, like what we're doing and like the advice that we have had is to start off local. You have so many boutiques, so many other places that your dearest will be successful and will be able to get its name. And then you build your system, get used to your system on how you want to do it, and go from there. Because if you have and it's selling in the product, like just for instance, like we only in 22 stores, but now their orders is increasing. Instead of buying 12, a lot of them buying 48. The ones that were starting to buy 48, now they buying 2 master cases, which is 96. So if I got 5 companies that's buying 96, 96, 96, 96, opposed to trying to sell to individuals, you know what I mean? Like, and it's the same effort, because they buying in bulk, they buying in quantity. And the same effort that you're doing here, you might as well go ahead. Queen Laduni and Mama Head got their hand up. Which one had the hand up first?
Who's up there first? Who's up there?
Mine is real quick.
Go ahead, Mama Head.
Get those, and here's the other thing. Here's my other one. I started telling Ralph for Caribbean Mardi Gras, I said, start getting a doggone deposit. If they don't make a deposit, the date's not locked in, because once you tell me I'm coming, because people will bow out. Some people won't even pay. We've done gigs and people still haven't paid us. But get a deposit that locks in your date, that locks in your ladies or your entertainers, so that they, or whatever it is, you can lock in and get your product, your tools and supplies. Get a deposit, lock in that date, because if you don't lock in the date, I might get another gig. If they might pay more than you are, and I'm gone. I'm paid. That's how I go.
You
But
definitely
get a
want to get a
deposit.
deposit.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so Mama Evelyn, um, well, one, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, so one is you may not be interested in getting it into all the stores and stuff. That may not be your calling. Sounds like you like teaching, and you like people having experiences in art. Okay, so you don't always have to be, and even in how they have those paint parties or this and that. That might be what you could consider finding out how they're doing that, because they're doing it on a professional level. I know Nevette, he does them, he's done them. And I walked in on one of them. They had about 15 people in there. I mean, everybody had paid to come in and do that. So that might be one of the ways where you keep your atmosphere, like in your room where you are right now, where you keep that. And as you are training, because you like the make and take. So that might be the word, it's the word where that's who you're known for, make and take kind of thing. And then from that, you get, your jewelry, and, if that's what you want to do, you might not want to just keep doing the jewelry. You got to
Yes.
find out what is that thing that can bring you money, like in a consistent basis. And not only that, but when I teach, everybody in my salon, I train them.
Mhm.
And I was able to pick the best. I was able not only physically the best, skillfully, but the personalities. They must gel together when you have a group of people. So starting where you're starting at now, where you're at now, what is it that's important to you to do that will give you joy? You like interacting with people, and you like, giving all that stuff. So what is that? And then from that, you can, if you want to make a lot of jewelry and all of that, because I don't think I know your earrings like this, which is so unique. And so I'm just saying, all the stuff that we've been sharing.
Yeah.
What is it? I'd like to hear from you.
And can I make one suggestion before you start? So I feel like everybody who does something, there's something with what that you're doing that you can sell. Like if you like painting, just for instance, you like painting, and you can sell the paint canvas. You can go to Alibaba, even your products that you use now, to get the best price. Learn how to do Alibaba, because I'm gonna teach. That's gonna be one of the classes of free courses that I'm gonna give away, is teaching how to buy products overseas. It doesn't necessarily have to be China. It could be Pakistan, it could be India, it could be those different places, and get those products very inexpensive, and you can sell those to your students or to the people that's within it. That'd be another stream of income. The paint, you have a specific paint that you like to use. Hey, this is unique paint, and you can sell those paints to the paint enthusiasts. I'm just saying, whatever it is that you have, the brushes, the pens, you can brand that yourself, and people will buy because you're the expert, and this is what they use.
Right.
So they will use what you have. You can get the canvas. If you do the paint, you can sell those also to take home if they want to do another project. You can sell those and be able to beat the prices that's in the stores, because you know how to get them from cheap. Everything pretty much that you touch in your office come from China, most of it. Some things may come from India, but knowing how to source them, that way it can help you to be able to maybe lower your price a little bit because you don't have to spend so much for it. So you're able to kind of cut the price because you do have to remember your market, your sector, who are the people that's coming. So with me, especially when it comes to the insurance and certain things, most of my people are on fixed income. A lot of them are on Medicare and Medicaid. A lot of them, so you got to know your market. Who are you marketing to? Who is more likely to use your services? So you have to look at that, also. So
Okay, Mama Evelyn.
Okay, so what I have come to realize is that I really like the make and takes. I really like teaching what it is, just what I do. Because the way I just, for instance, the way I make my ear wires, you really can't pull these apart. You can't take your clothes off and the earring fall, come apart or come out. It's not going to do that. It's not going to come apart. So I would like to I would like to put my earrings into specialty boutiques, and the first one will be Everett's. So as far as getting them manufactured somewhere, yeah, they would have to use the exact products I use, and they would have to use this is Argentinian silver that goes through your ear. This part here is not. This is what is it? It steel. Stainless steel. It's steel. It's steel. That's what I do, the part that hangs the bead. But the part that goes through your ear is Argentinian silver. Because then I won't have nobody have any problems with any breakout. Either that or copper. It all depends on what the earring is. So yeah, as far as that's concerned, I would like to do, some boutiques. That would be fine. Yeah, but the make and takes, yeah, I do, I have been pricing out, like I know how much the kits for the banners is. That's about $10 a kit. I know how much that is. I priced that out. The doll making kit, I need some help with that but I do have everything I put in there. I have it priced out. And the kit could be between $40 and $50 because of all the other little things I put in there. Okay. So what I could, I could get it together where I could show whoever helps me, this is all that will go into this doll kit, so I don't want to be the one. This is what it is. I need someone to sew the doll shapes, paint fabric, maybe put the charms together that hang from the bottom, just anything that because I a lot of the sayings that I print out, I print on fabric because they're fabric. I like fabric. I love fabric anyway, and I love natural fabric. So that's why and maybe I would like to develop my own molds for the face masks. Because I do have, this is a little ethnic, but I wanted even more ethnic, like bigger lips. So we have big lips, we have big pretty lips. So, but this is like paint the fabrics, all these little things on here are fabric. And I like the little charms that I hang from the bottom. And hair, I'll put it in WhatsApp. But I like to use the trim for pillows because they're really funky.
Friends, yeah.
Really like them. But yesterday I went on a date with myself. Well, I took my niece along and her son, but they were outside most of the time. But I went to the art museum and did the textile artist Najma Ma'at.
Yes.
Okay. So we just played around. I already knew how to do this, but I just wanted to take myself on a date and I want to support her and just go.
Right.
So, but a young lady that because Nawili was there.
Yay.
And the lady that she stays above, and she stays in Indian Village. But the class that I had given Nawili, it was a bunch of dowel forms, and they were about 18, maybe about 15 inches, maybe 12.
Okay.
Anyway, but they were black,
Right.
and I had sewn up a bunch of them for a friend of mine who was going to do a class, and so we didn't get to do that. So I had all these forms and I wasn't going to use them. So I gave them to Nawili, so she had the class. And one of the girls that was in the class brought her dowel to show me, and she had used her daughter's hair, her hair. She had sewn it in. Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Oh my God, I love seeing that. That just revs me up, I just love it.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you get a picture of it? Did you get a picture of the doll or video?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
5 gold stars.
Yes. Yes. I've been doing a lot better, Danielle. I break out the camera, take a picture, take a little video. Yeah.
And you can buy human hair too. You can buy human hair.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want to see how I can incorporate that into the doll making. Yeah, I love interacting with people and just seeing their creativity. And one thing that kind of brought me on a little downer on Saturday was these 2 older women, and they had their granddaughter or niece, and she was like, she came to the table. I said, "Oh, this is a make and take, to make art project, and one ladies asked her, you want to make something?" And she said, "Yeah." And the other one said, no, you might mess it up.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. Who said the mess it up part?
It was 2 women and 1 little girl, 2 older women and 1 little girl. And one said, "Oh, this is a make and take. Oh, this is nice. You think you can make something?" And she said, "Yeah." And the other one said, no, you might mess it up.
You need to leave. You go. It's something else for you over there. I
did. When I saw them going to eat, I said, after y'all finish eating, she can come over here and do a make and take.
Right.
But they didn't come back. But I was like, oh, how could she set her down like that?
You know what? That comes from, sometimes it comes from a bad experience with art. There is no bad art. When people have that low confidence and they project it onto somebody else, that sidebar, you can come back when you're done. A lot of things come from bad, somebody else imagining bad art, and the mistakes. You can't make a mistake. And I tell you, when I'm with Sandy and I had a woman the last time we did an event, she kept saying, "Oh, I don't like it," and da 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 da. I said, you didn't have a good experience with art, did you? She was like, "No." I said, "Well, start over today." I said, "Now let me hold your item and I want you to look at it from a distance." She didn't see what I saw. You know what I mean? Give me a shutdown person. I'll shut them up.
Yeah, I've had Mama, I've had people. I've had some clients and we ended up going really late, and you get super tired and stuff. And I had what I had in my mind of what I wanted to do. When she finished, I was tired. My eyes was tired. Everything. She was tired. And I was like on myself about, oh gosh, it didn't come out like I wanted it and stuff. And so the next day when she would come in, I'd look at her, I said, damn, that is sharp. Because I was stuck in what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
You know, what the spirit led me to do.
Yes.
Was like, whoa. She said, yeah, I was so tired I didn't. But then this morning when I looked at it, it was like, you know what, you don't have to change nothing.
Because you were looking with tired eyes. You know, a tired eye can't see what a rested eye see. And your hands was like, we know what we doing. Don't worry. Don't eyes, this is our specialty area. You don't worry. Close your eyes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we have to encourage one another when we see things like that. And if at all possible, to straighten out the one who was negative.
Yeah.
Sweetly straighten it out. You know, like, oh, there's no There's no rules to art. There's no rules. It's what comes out of you.
Do it.
Messiest things. I have seen the messiest things in business, and it covers the entire wall.
Yeah.
I said, I could have did that, you know, but they did it and they put it out there.
Yeah.
And
beauty is the eye of the beholders. Beauty is the eye of the beholder. What's beautiful to you may not be beautiful for somebody else. But you know, what they say, another man's trash is another man's treasure, you know?
Right.
That's why I like, you know, my ideal setup is to have the tables around me, one table with all the stuff on it that they grab, and maybe have a tray where they can grab it, and they can sit all around me in a circle, and I can be able to meet everybody where they are, you know, whatever they need. So that's the best.
Mama.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna give you an assignment.
Yes, ma'am.
Period. Because you just said it. That is what you are to create. By the end of this year, you find yourself a place where you can create that, because that's where your energy is going to like pull everything else in, because you're in your joy space right there. You're right there. That is where your purpose is. I know you, because you said, I said, you just reacted and stuff, you know, and to be able to go into that is like, every day. And that energy will compel everything else to come to you.
Viral.
Your next levels. Do that.
Yeah.
Find a place where you can do that, and all the other things will come. One more thing. When I was doing hair, we used to provide the hair. I would go buy boxes of hair so that our clients didn't have to go outside to other stores and give them the money, right?
Right.
A lot of money doing that, just having the supplies. And if they wanted other things, then they can go to the beauty supply store and bring them. But my basics I always had, and we made a lot of money doing that. You know, we would charge what the store would charge, but we had bought it at wholesale. So that might be one, but there was your joy right there, all in that box. If I was just to play that, if I was to capture that and put that out on the internet, this is the joy you get from our make and take.
Yes.
This kind of joy.
Even when you go out to the vending events, you can request the tables to have it look the way you want it. You might need 3 8-foot tables here, and then on the side where you in the middle, like, you know,
the U shape.
I need 3 tables, you know, or buy you 3 tables to take with you. But a lot of times they'll have their own tables, but that's what you need, and you set it up the way you want it to be set up.
Okay.
And you know what else, Mama Evelyn, what I love about, and because we have see, the Elizabeth has us spoiled because we have 2 whole hours, but I love that we make our stuff, and not our stuff, we make our art and we are done. Like, I'm like, I gotta go get some frames for my little Like I thought I put these away, and I'm looking at them again. I'm like, oh, I need to go get some frames for my the lungs. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
We
Well,
need
And you
you
know
know,
what? When you
that's
frame
what my
it,
aunt wanted. You know, she had her art in frames. She had her little panels in frames so to show everybody. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good idea. And when you go back and look at those press paper, and I showed them to because Shashu was there too with her granddaughter. Her granddaughter so special. Oh my God. I think the last time I saw her, she was a baby, but they were hanging out and she made a couple of things and she's not on social media, but I did take pictures of
Right.
what she did. But I took a picture of her to have in my own collection because she's adorable. But I showed her the pictures that I had pressed together, and she saw womb action and ovaries and like what?
and just remember when you guys put them in frames and put them up, take a picture of them because that's just more of a selling point.
Yes,
But like Elizabeth, we are here to promote your business. Maybe I don't know if this was said because it's that weird time where I got to get stuff together. But maybe you should do a mock class down at Sheila's shop and have us come down there and let us get the pictures and the videos and teach the class like you would if somebody else actually hires you to do it. And that way you'll have your pictures and videos to put on your website to actually sell the classes that you're doing.
You so could also use our video. Queen is recording here. You can do you got your clips already. You got your clips already. And live, because that's a live. And I love how you have your camera set up. I was asking one of my cousins to come and do her wreaths. She was like, I'm not really used to setting up and talking in front of people. I said, Teddy, you need to, I sent her your video from this. I said, there's people, there's a lady who's online that does readings. She doesn't show her face. She has her hands and pulling the cards. And so you don't have to have your face on there, but you can have a picture on what you're doing. You know how your hands lotion, looking all nice and everything, and let the hands do the work. Your face don't have to be on there. That's us, but that's me, and that's that toy. Oh no, I don't want to be on. You don't have to put yourself on.
You don't have to.
I love the way you have your camera set up.
Yeah,
Evelyn got the overhead view. What?
This is PVC pipe. This is PVC pipe, guys, and some elbows. I love messing with PVC pipe. That's fun.
We might have to have do on our creative. We might have to add how you do your thing, because that could be marketing. Mama Evelyn can help you set up.
No, that is marketing. People like to know how you do yourself. That's a reel. That's a video. That's a YouTube.
Danielle.
People like to see what you do, how you create.
How you do what you do.
Because you can inspire other people. Like I never thought about that. Let me do. Yeah, it's the sharing. It's the sharing of it all.
Okay, Grand Rising Ebony.
Hey, Ebony, I know
she's been sitting there all quiet.
We lost Lolly. We want you to know we see you, girl. We see you working.
I saw your she shared on Facebook. Have you seen it? It was a sunflower. It was sunflowers and it was sharp. I said, "Oh, that's Ebony."
Yeah, I saw something where everything was sunflowers. I think I saved it so I can show it to you. Everything was sunflowers. She was a sunflower person. Everything that she had on there was beautiful, just simply beautiful.
Okay, I put the picture in WhatsApp, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
She's so beautiful. Ebony, can you talk to us right quick?
She can't talk. Oh.
Too bad Ebony can't put us on her computer and be like she's in a Zoom. Then they not on my phone. I'm in a Zoom. I'm in a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, but her
I'm just
job is
saying.
what she's supposed to be doing, and they've been watching her. So
I know.
That's something I don't like.
watching you.
That's I don't like that.
Like
I
somebody's
got it. But soon it will be over.
It will. It will. Ebony done.
Your freedom. Mhm.
They're gonna be calling for her for concepts and
Oh, her headphones won't connect to the laptop.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
here we hear you and we feel you, baby.
Gotcha, baby.
Oh, and her boss is in the room.
I got you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's okay.
Be
But
Yeah, I'm
obedient.
excited for
boss,
us.
you
Yes.
are the boss, Ebony. You are the boss.
So ladies, we do have October 1st is the content creators brunch. First ever content creators brunch over at Everett's Natural Beauty School. It's going to be from 1 to 4. And we brunching. So I got to get a price together because we brunching. We brunching. We're going to be
And bring your
eating.
technology.
Bring your technology.
Your
Be
plugs.
camera and be camera ready. So this
Bring
is a
your
brunch. Be camera ready, okay?
Bring your plugs and connectors and
The
all
October the
Plugs,
1st.
connectors, your lip gloss, find a cute outfit to wear because we create content. So presentation is everything. So
Ooh, what's our theme, Danielle? What's our theme?
we don't have a theme. We're creating.
No, okay, hold on. I'm talking about clothing. Are we doing a color scheme? You want to be festive, floral. What, I like to dress up. Y'all know me.
But bring your beautiful self. Just
Bring your beautiful self, right?
bring
Because
your-
you're creating the
just come
content.
on. Bring
You're
your how
creating
you
the
want.
content for your personality. So it's all
Yeah.
about you. So you do
It's all
you.
about you. So let us have it, Mama Head. Just come on and let us have it, girl. Just let us have it.
And we're gonna help
on
each other
October
out.
the 2nd, we're gonna have Jewel as our guest on October
Yes.
the 2nd. So don't forget that.
No, won't forget
So
that.
remember that.
If we
Yeah.
remember, we will
Not
remember.
the word forget. Remember.
Save the date. Let's put like this. Save the date. Put it on your calendar now. Just put it on your calendar because she's fierce, she's fine, she's fabulous, and she coming with it. She coming with it.
Do you know what time she's gonna come on? Do you know if she's gonna be 8, 9?
9. Hopefully you told her 9 to 10. Danielle. Oh, she dropped off, but I told her to say 9 because it's
9 to 10.
getting in.
Mhm.
Their shows are are never more than an hour. So we want to just honor
that.
Ava verse.
and that everybody was here.
October the 2nd.
So we want
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Lakeisha, what did you ask?
So one thing I would like to do, since a lot of us are starting on our credit, I would like to start working on our credit as a group. Even if you already have a $700 700 credit, okay, let's get you to 800 because my mother's like, I already got. So I'll say, okay, well now let's get you to 8. So let's work on this together. We'll have a homework assignment that we'll start doing as we're growing and learning new techniques, and then we'll just share with the group so that we can all grow together. One of the things is I would like for everybody to pull their report. Pull your report. You can go to annualcredit.com and let's pull the report. Then we'll all just a strategy.
Start from square one. Okay.
Start from square one together, because we're gonna grow together. People who may not have it in their budget to pay the $149 every month, we're gonna get everybody up there to where everybody would be able to do it eventually.
Well, what is it?
Let's start.
You can budget it. If you know somebody else, if you could split it. If you need to do 3 people, get it together. We're gonna share this one account. We're gonna work it out. This is the creative funding. Chava talks about that. creative funding. Come up with creative ways to come up with that funding. So it's
Yeah.
like we can do that.
Together. We come here together, we're gonna move together, we're gonna grow together, you know, we're gonna change the world together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That makes me feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I got a little situation. I didn't have the situation until I went to online classes and then found out that the school that I was using, their practices for borrowing was unlawful, and they've been sued. And then they would tell me, oh, because you weren't teaching, or whenever there's qualifications, I'm because I wasn't a teacher for where I work, but anybody that worked with Title I or underserved children, they had a special discount for them. But because I was a educational technician and not a teacher, I didn't qualify. And then with the University of Phoenix, I got my degree, but the brick and mortar people who went to face-to-face classes, they got some accommodations. I said, but you all were using the same practices, unlawful lending, with the people that were online. So, you know, it's always, anyway, I'm not worried about what the past was. So I'm ready to get my shit together. So thank you for as a group, because I think that's what I
So
needed.
we're gonna get a jump start. We're gonna get a jump start
Yes.
for January.
Okay.
We're gonna start having a date
Okay.
for everybody to pull. It should be free. It doesn't cost anything to pull your report. Let me make sure I'm giving you
Hey, I could do that today.
Yeah,
I'm doing
because legally you're allowed one free credit report a year. So legally, you can pull that report for free once a year.
Yeah, it's annualcreditreport.com. And you can pull all three because they're not going to be the same. Most likely, they're going to be maybe some difference between them, but it's annualcreditreport.com.
And then that's a good one to start, because I've done that before and I'm going to do that again this time. But also you can download an app called Credit Karma if you want to watch. And this is fun because I've done it. Watch your credit score go up and actually see where everything. Credit Karma is free. So do that in addition to pulling your report, because watching
or Credit Sesame is another one as well. That's what I
Credit
use.
Sesame or Credit Karma.
Yeah, is another. Actually, I have both of them, but there are others as well that give you suggestions and things that you can do. But there are things that we can do immediately. And
oh, wait a minute. I have a book too. I have a book. Thank you. You're talking about credit. Hold on one second.
Go ahead, Lakeisha.
I learned a lot of things from Credit Secrets, some information. I got to pull those books out, and I was able to increase my credit on a lot of things. So we can start off with the personal section first and then move down. I have template letters that I can provide to assist.
I don't see that book, but I have a sister and I need to have her on our show. Her name is Arnita Johnson. And she started a credit repair company and she came out with a book. I got her book during the pandemic, a credit repair book, and used some of her letters to dispute some things. She also has she had a luxurious lifestyle planner. Now she's teaching other people how to create their financial planner plan. I gotta find my planner, because that planner was fun. That planner, sit down and do a budget, and it was able to have stickers. This is when the creativity and the finances hit. I realized finances have to be fun for me in order for me to stay focused. So I am one of those kids that, you gotta add a rap song or something to make it fun. But I got into the habit of doing my budget, sitting down, putting stickers and planners, and it just having fun with it. And it finally, made sense to me to do. So I got to find my planner, and I'm going to reach out to her on Facebook to see if I can get her on while we're talking about our finances and everything. And
Yeah.
I know part of that planner, I found my envelopes, my cash envelopes, like for date night and emergency fund and coffee. I just found these a few seconds. Treat yourself. So this is the cash envelope system, where you budget out your stuff with cash. I particularly like to keep my stuff in the bank, but some stuff I would like to bring out, like vacation. I'm gonna start stuffing this envelope with like maybe $20 a week, because we are going on vacation. What is that? January 31st through February 5th, 2024. And so I'm gonna start stuffing.
Danielle,
What you say?
I said, there it is right there. I got
There it is right there, right? So I'm
It's
gonna
my
take my
picture.
vacation and I'm gonna start stuffing this envelope with money. There's also, and I'm also into money magic. I believe that there are things that we can do to always keep money with us. And I noticed that even if I just have $20 in my wallet that I don't spend, it's a way I cannot say that I'm broke because I have money on me. And even little psychological tricks like that and changing our language, I honestly really can't say that I'm broke. So one of the things I would like to do is the $100 envelope challenge. And the 100 envelope challenge is you go to the dollar store and you get a box of envelopes, and we write from 1 to 100 on each of the envelope, and you get yourself a cute little box. And we'll do this the next show, next Monday, and I'll put it in WhatsApp so we can create. It's another way of just having money on you. So each day or each week or however you want to do this, you put $1 in the envelope that says 1. You put $2 in the envelope that says 2. You put $3, and the challenge is to fill up all the envelopes with the amount that's on that particular envelope. And I think if you do 1 to 100, the way that it's set up, I gotta look it up and see how much money it's supposed to be. And then you can do whatever you want with that money, but we're stuffing envelopes. I want to get back to the stuffing envelope method. So if it's got 55, you put $55 in there, $60 in there. And it's a good way of just keeping that money energy around you.
Yeah, I used to do that a lot too. I gotta get my envelopes back out. But I do keep money. One day I went to an event and it looks like it's real, but it is.
That's ancestor money.
So I always keep this in mind.
Or they call it Josh bills. Either that's called a Josh
One day
bill.
I went to a trade show and the guy was helping people who had products on Amazon and helping them get fees and things back from Amazon. And so they had threw all this money all around the floor. So I captured a lot of them. And then I bought this one right here. This is, $100. So I keep this in here so that I'll never have to say, this looks really real.
No,
I'm glad it say refund on there, so I know not to make sure.
I have some of that. I have some of that here too. But what you got is, so culturally, it is called Josh notes, or it's called ancestor money. I know you could pick up some at the Asian store over here on Telegraph and West Grand Boulevard. They have all the Asian stuff and everything. So basically, some cultures actually burn that to their ancestors. It's a way of sending energy to for them to have riches and everything in the ancestral world. And the idea is that you're giving an offering to them, so they work out your stuff financially for you on the other side. That's how the ancestor money works. So if you're doing spiritual work and stuff like that, but they're called Josh notes or ancestor money, and you can get a big stack of them, like, I don't know, $5. You get the 100. Some of them got like $100 bill, $100 million on it, $1 billion on it, but it's money energy. I like we talking about money. I am. I'm loving this.
And
I know I have
some wallet clear also with all the, if you got all those business cards and all that stuff, make your wallet clear.
Keep your notes should be going in the same direction. And I'm cleaning out my wallet right now. If you have any peppermint oil or some fresh peppermint or Italian seasoning. You could sprinkle a little Italian seasoning inside your wallet to bring in the money. I'm just giving some, can't tell you if it, well, I know my wallet has not been, I know even when my accounts get low, they still get refilled quickly. I'm noticing that. So yeah, I'm taking out my receipts right now. I'm organizing my wallet right now. Make sure your wallet, your money is going in the same direction. What else? What else, Miss Lakeisha? Make sure your cards are in order. I'm taking out these. Clean out my wallet right now. Taking out the bottle receipts, and I'm trying to figure out. I need to get another something for my receipts and my coupons because I am a coupon lady. Save wherever I can, and it just does not need to be in the wallet.
Danielle, I gotta jump in here real quick. So I'm sure you have everything you need already at that house. We keep talking about go buy, go buy, go buy, go buy, go buy.
No. I need something like, so I need a wallet, but for receipts and I only carry one wallet. But Lakeisha is reminding me, I'm gonna get out the habit of having my wallet stuffed with junk. Well, now this is not junk, this is financial stuff, but they don't need to be in the same thing. So I only carry one wallet. I pare it down on a lot of stuff. One wallet, two purses. So I'm like, okay. I need something. It could be a Ziploc bag. I just need something that so that it's the other financials, not that. Because now my wallet is clear. And I need to find some money oil. I have money oil. I'm put some money, anoint my wallet with some money oil. And if you've never had money oil before, it smells like fresh money. Are we still there?
Yep.
Yes, we're still here. So maybe we're gonna try to get everybody to pull their credit report by the next
No.
meeting.
No. You gave us an assignment. There's no maybe. So maybe that was not as powerful as you said, we're going to get our credit together. No, so maybe we can. No.
We are.
Thank you.
So September the 25th, everyone should have pulled their free report. Annual, what did I tell you? Annualcreditreport.com. We're not going to discuss personally, we don't have to discuss personally what's on it, but I can tell you what things to look for first, and then you see if that is something that resonates with you to fix it. And we'll talk about how to go about fixing it. All right. So once you have pulled your annual report, I want you to look at your name to see any extra addresses that are on your report. Maybe you lived there years ago. We want to remove that from the report because that will increase your credit report. We want to look at your name is spelled incorrectly, even if a letter is off. Go ahead. You look like you have a question, Miss Mama Evelyn.
Oh, it's just okay. They have the family home address on here because I'm already on here. I've already done it. 57 pages, Jesus.
I know it is a lot,
Yeah. I'm not gonna print that out right now.
Okay, you don't have to print it out right now, but you can look at it. You're able to look at each one because you want to pull all three. Because as we're doing it, you might as well do it all for every single last one of them, from Experian to Equifax and who I'm missing, TransUnion. So we want to look at our names to see if our names is spelled correctly. If it's not spelled correctly, you want to get that removed. That's going to help increase your credit report. Okay. If your maiden name is on there, you no longer use your maiden name, we want to have that removed off of your credit report. Old addresses that you haven't lived in within the last 2 years, we want to have that removed. That's going to help.
Okay, so how do I remove that?
Well, we're going to talk about that. First,
Okay.
I just want you to identify it and just
Okay.
check it out. And then next week, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So we're pulling it and then just looking at that particular area, your address and your name. And then we'll see on each one of those. And if so, then I will have, by that time I should find the letter that we need to dispute those things, and I will share that, send it to everyone, and then we'll go through what you need to do to have that removed and corrected.
Yeah, I want to say that in reference to, in this case, Tavaverse, but what we do, we want to move as a unit. We want to have strategy of why we're doing what we're doing, so that we got everybody's back. So what will it take? In other words, like when you talk about a multi-level, and I want to say that this is not like a multi-level like what we've experienced before. The multi-level part is that you're going to tell people and they're going to want to. So for you telling them other people, you get blessed as a result of it. That's really how to look at that. Because when we want, like we just talked about a play, and we're promoting a play that we're not going to get a dime for it, and we have to pay, right? When we do it as with intention and strategy, then it works. So in other words, if it takes a left and a right leg, we make sure everybody gets at least that minimum left and right leg. I was at the shop yesterday, and I told Frame had a friend there that's into real estate, and I'm just talking. I looked at her and I said, oh, girl, let me tell you about this. And she was like, I gotta know, because she's into real estate. You gotta know, please promise to get me this information, blah, 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 right? So we're gonna make sure, and I'm gonna tell you, the strength of that is that Danielle has been out there telling everybody. When she's talking to your friend, or not even about your friend, but understanding the giving, and that your hands are open, stuff come back in. So when Robert joined, first she got her 2 legs, Lakeisha and me. Then the next people who came in, she met them through me. That didn't even matter, because she could have put it next to herself. Somebody's talking. Oh, I'll meet you, baby. And so the thing is to get those 2 legs. If everybody makes sure, whoever come in, you got the 2 legs. Everybody got their 2 legs, and then we blossom from there. And like Lakeisha is saying, hey, I know about about credit. I used to do that, or I do that. Then we can start working together to make sure that everybody's on the same page. This is on-demand classes that they offer. I've already done. I did the mindset. This is Jewel talking about what we always talk about anyway. Your mindset, your what's happening in the globe. And I did systems, and I did marketing, because the information is so good. So with us being together, we'll be unstoppable. Because we got each other's back. And I'm not saying like if you want somebody as part of your team directly, we don't do that. But we are like, we tell people, and we make sure everybody's got their 2 legs going. So it's understanding the system as well to get the most out of this system. And some have done it before and been very successful. Some are brand new and scared and have been screwed over, and the unity is not there of what they said it was going to be. But this is, we're Elizabeth, and we want to make sure. I know, let me say it one more time. I know that we are all going to be prosperous because I know what I know. And
We
I know,
already are.
yeah, right.
We already.
We're going to be dealing with lots of money, lots of information though, that we can help other people. Are you leaving soon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to do this as a team.
Yes.
So that we can help the community and everyone else. Yes, baby.
I look at it bigger than that, bigger than what their intentions for it is.
Right.
Is that, for one, when people see your life change, it's going to be a no-brainer because they're going to be able to notice, and they're going to see the change, and then that's when everybody, you don't even have to worry, they're going to just want to be a part of whatever it is because they're going to see your change. But you want to deal with this because of your personal and for your, for your business, because true wealth only comes through business. There's no getting around it. But if you don't want to actually have a business, it's okay, but at least you want to set yourself up to be able to leave a legacy to your children and your children's children, or at least you will be able to teach your children and your grandchildren what you know.
Exactly. So
I'm going to go on the phone because it's 10:07. I need to head to the store.
Yeah,
so
and you got to tell me, well, it's downtown at the Fisher.
Yes, on the boulevard. I am directly across from the Fisher Theater. So I'm in the Fisher building, but directly across from the Fisher. And I'm close to Second. So if you come in at Second, Fisher Theater is like right there. And you can't
And you need me at what time?
It would be wonderful if it could be like 1:30.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah, absolutely. 1:30. That way, because I'm gonna have to step away just to pick him up from work, and I'm coming right back.
Okay.
So I have to close the store down. You want Danielle? You on mute. And if y'all both there together, that would be great, so y'all can help each other.
Okay, I can be there. Give me by 2:33. Because once I leave here, I got to go to the gym, get my hour in, get to her by 2, give her at least 2 hours. So that, yeah, by 2:30, 3 o'clock, I can be there.
Okay.
I'll be leaving when you get back. I'll be basically.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, I'm excited. And I'm excited about what the community is how they're going to benefit, and all of our visions and dreams. But we do have to, the bottom line is that we do have to make sure that our credit is in line, because we still have to deal with the world and the system. All right. And then we got some, traveling to do together, and yeah. We want to have fun. Even more. That looks like a wallet right there. I know that's a box at Ebony Space. All right. Let us hug ourselves and love on ourselves and get that crack in the bone and hug the world and sprinkle everything. Mama Head, what are you looking at? I don't know what
that credit report.
It's
Lakeisha,
okay.
Can I call you after this? Do you have a little time to chitty chat real quick after this? Okay.
I'm gonna be on my Bluetooth. Yep.
Okay, that's cool. All right. All right. Love y'all.
Love you guys.